the dreamers out there. As I'm driving, as I'm going through life, a lot of times when you're just living your life, like people will just cut you off for no reason and you didn't have anything negative going on, but they got something going on in their life. And it makes them feel like this is their moment. And if they don't take this moment, their life will be ruined. And that just sort of resonated with me on how we attack our life and how we attack accomplishing goals and dreams. And I know that there's somebody out there who has been working really hard trying to accomplish a goal, working hard for a dream, and you've been thinking, maybe I'm just not the right person, maybe this dream just isn't for me. And I'm here to let you know you're wrong. That dream that you have in your mind's eye is definitely for you. You just have to stay committed to what you're doing. A lot of times we can get so down on ourselves and think that we're just not meant for the happiness that we want. And the truth is that happiness is looking for us to start resonating in that same frequency. And once we start resonating in that same frequency, we'll get everything and more that we could have wanted. So I know sometimes you may think, you know what, this world just is tough and you don't, you can't always get what you want kind of thing. But that's not true. The truth is what you want is right out of your grasp because you really don't believe that it's possible yet. So start trying to live authentically. Recently, I've had to realize that no matter how hard I've tried my whole life to people please and to try to accommodate other people, it does not work. It does not make other people happy, and it does not get you what you want. So what you have to realize is that you have to ultimately live your authentic life. And you hear it all the time, but the truth is it's one of the hardest things to do, because especially in social media era, we're always told if you want to be successful or if you want to be popular, you have to do this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for following. Thanks for being on here, you guys. And when you start trying to live somebody else's roadmap for how to be successful, it is a guarantee that you're going to fail. And I think that's what's so beautiful about life. You only find your happiness and your satisfaction once you start living that authentic vein for you. And what's so crazy, I'm great, how you doing? Thank you for getting on here. What's awesome is like when you start living your authentic life, you honestly start helping other people. And that's one of the most inspirational things. It sounds crazy when you say it, or if you hear it and you're not really doing it, it sounds crazy. But like just being on here and being able to help one or two people a month, it means so much to me. Or in my business, being able to help people who have a business and their business is not necessarily thriving, but they're trying to upgrade, they're trying to make it better. And just being able to be the person who can help them get to that next level, whether they want to integrate, new technologies into their business, or whether they want to just, expand what they thought was possible for the business. It's so inspirational to be the person who can help them get from I don't think that I'm able or I'm possible to wow, I made it happen. And seeing that joy on an owner's face or on a person's face when they've actually realized that their dreams were possible, and they just needed to resonate in the right way to find the people who were going to help, and when you can be that tool, it sounds crazy to call yourself a tool, but when you can be that tool, it's so inspirational, honestly, because it's very easy to get stuck in the idea that, you know what, it's just not, oh no, that it's just not for me, or I'm just not supposed to do it. And I think when we start doing that, we actually call in the bad that we see in our life. And so I think the road least traveled is the one that's going to help you the most. It's going to be the one that fulfills you the most. So when you're saying, you know what, I feel like the easiest thing is for me to pick an outfit that I've already seen on TikTok, or to pick a slogan or a catchphrase or a hashtag that I've already seen somebody else do. That's when we fall into the rut of never being fulfilled, because somebody has created this thing and they have got that sense of pride of saying, I've done it, I've created something, I've reached that mountaintop. And we will never get there, and as a society we will never reach that next level, or that pinnacle of success, until we've told ourselves, you know what, the only way that we can make things better. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, what's up, Zane Carson? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for jumping on here. Thank you for checking out everything. But the only way that we can reach that next level is seriously by allowing ourselves to be uncomfortable. And it's like a butterfly in a cocoon. You will kill a butterfly if you help it out of a cocoon. And it seems so crazy because you're watching it struggle, or like a egg with a baby bird being birthed out, or cracking itself out of an egg. It is one of the most stressful things to watch happen. But honestly, that's the thing that gives them the strength to be able to be self-sustaining. And if you know anything about life, being able to support yourself is like everything. Just being able to thrive without other people having to interfere is a huge flex for your ego. And it's not really for other people to know, it's just for you to know, hey, I can do this, it's possible. So I really just got on here to let everybody know it's possible for you guys to be successful being your authentic self. And that doesn't necessarily mean making everybody like you. That doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's going to start liking you, or they're going to agree with what you're doing. Sometimes you're going to be disliked. I find myself consistently trying so hard to appease other people. And when I do that, that's when I fall into the ruts of not a depression, but just a deep sadness of, why don't other people give me the same energy back that I give them? And it always leads me to thinking, it's because I was never supposed to get this energy from that person. You're never supposed to come on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram and expect these people to be the people who make you feel good about yourself. That's supposed to come from within. It's supposed to come from a place of understanding that you have done the mental work. So I'm really just coming on here to let you guys know, sometimes you seem like you're unliked, and you might be unliked. People may despise you, but it's also letting you know, when they despise you, when they don't like you, you are living your authentic life. That is a very difficult thing to do, but it's inspiring somebody. And if it's just inspiring you, know that you have chose the path of most resistance. Okay? And by that, you're going to be able to be a beacon for people who are trying to do the same. That's why we have certain artists that we connect to, and certain, influencers that we're like, oh, I just love them. It's because somewhere they made a choice of, I'm going to be myself, and I don't care if that means other people are going to dislike me. This is the only thing I know how to be. And so I'm trying it. I used to have a lot of people, friends that I used to try to impress or try to appease. And no matter what I did, it never worked. It never got me to a place to where I felt confident that, oh, this was going to be a long-lasting relationship or friendship. And until I got to the point of saying, you know what, I don't care I never felt comfortable. But now I truly don't care. I'm gonna be honest and let you guys know something about me as a little kid. As a kid, I was always getting my ass whooped. I was like, man, every day I would come home from kindergarten, I would pretty much get an ass whooping. So my teacher, his name was Mr. Ponder. He had this thing to where he would write a letter home to my family every day, and the letter would either have a smiley face or a sad face. Now, if it had a sad face, I would get ass whooping. If it had just a line face, you know, to where it was like just an all right day, I would still get ass whooping. And then if it was a smiley face, I would not. Okay, so I would find most of the days I would try so hard to have a good day at school and not do anything wrong, but I would still end up getting in trouble. Like at the end of the day, there would be some little thing that I would do and I would end up getting in trouble. And it led me to say, life is too short for me to try to make somebody happy. So what I started doing was literally just whatever I felt like doing in the classroom. I would just, if I knew that I was going to do something that was going to get me in trouble, I would always say, the punishment is only going to last for so long. And I would rather live my life and enjoy these few moments than have to hope that somebody was going to think that I was doing right enough to not get in trouble when I got home. So I'm letting you guys know, I made that assumption at like 5 years old. And somewhere across the path, I started changing and saying, you know, it was more valuable to have other people like what I was doing and to sign off what I was doing instead of being a thorn in people's side. But now, I would much rather be a thorn in the eye of somebody who doesn't like me as opposed to allowing that person to think that we're good friends. If you're on here and you're thinking, I hate you, Troy, I'm so happy that you hate me. If you're thinking that you love me, I'm so happy for you. But I'm not going to allow it to move me one way or another. I honestly think it's cool if you dislike a video because it's letting you know that there's so many different ranges of emotions. In order to get a dislike, it's letting you know something is going, what's up? It's so good to see you. It's been so long since I've seen you. How you doing, bruh? It's so good to, hey, Gabe, it's been a long time. I'm just talking about how I've made a big change in my life of not trying to be people's friends. Gabe, you are awesome because when I didn't have any followers on here, you were one of the people who helped me understand I could just really talk however I wanted to talk and be myself. And it would still reach somebody. So thank you, Gabe, for that. And you are really one of those people who helped me realize, you know what? When you're being yourself, it's going to make your soul smile. And it's so weird and cheesy when you say it, but I really appreciate that. And I don't want to or please people just for the simple fact that they're going to be, I got a twin. Just because you know what? I've been successful in my without making people happy. I've gotten successful by just doing is different than my idea. Or I don't have to choose when I'm going to work, and I can choose how much I'm going to get paid. That makes me happy. If I can choose who I want to work with, there's certain people who were friends of mine, or they would consider themselves my cousins, but it was just because I knew them for a long time, but they didn't treat me like family, you know, and I stopped working with them because I didn't like the way they made me feel. I didn't like the way that they treated me. And so I just cut them out. Oh, sorry about that. Got disconnected. But I stopped following all of my aunts and uncles and cousins, except for like 2 of them, just because they would support me or my things that I did, and it my life and to see what's going on in my life. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to be authentically myself, and I'm going to block them. When I see them at Thanksgiving, I'll say hello. But I'm not going to sit here and try to be friends with somebody who honestly does care. And there's so many people who just want to watch what you're doing. They're really stalking you. They want to see where you're going, who you're talking to, what's going on with your business. But when it comes time to talking to you in person, they have nothing to say. They'll say, oh yeah, I saw that post that you did, but like Cam Newton said, but did you like it? And that's saying a mouthful. Like, if you see this, but you don't want to like it, it's letting me know who you are and how you feel about me. Because I'm the kind of person who, I don't care if I like it or not, I'll at least interact with it so that you can know that what you're doing has an impact, and it's impacting me, whether good or bad. So, I've gotten to this realization, this epiphany that says it's better to be disliked than to be a person who's perceived as a nice guy. Because when you're a nice guy, people just use you consistently. It's so crazy. People just take advantage of you. They take advantage of your kindness. They take advantage of your time and your energy. And it honestly gets old really fast. But I'm going to make sure that I go live, even if it's just short videos. Gabe, once again, I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for being here from the beginning. I really stopped posting because I got in an argument with Ditto, who was my publisher. And they were really pissing me off because I had a song that was a political song, and they didn't want to post the song. It's called Amend This. And I really got upset because I was like, I've been with you guys for over 3 years. I posted all these songs with you guys, and now y'all are saying because I'm talking about something that might help my people or might talk about my feelings towards my government, that you're gonna suppress my idea. You're gonna suppress my thought. I'm not even that popular, And thank you, Gabe. I know you were there. But I'm not even that popular. What are you scared about me and my small little channel making a video about the government? Like, what's that gonna do? It's not gonna stop anything. It's not even gonna start anything. It's just a conversation between 4 people who are on here right now. Thank you guys for being here, but I don't know why they would be terrified of that. Why is that such a bad thing, just to have a conversation? And it was just talking about how our government is using us and how, as a people, it's our job in the Constitution to make sure that we're doing our part to call them out whenever they do something wrong. That's what the whole United States is about. It's about a government that listens to the people and it works on behalf of the people. And if the people don't say anything, the government gets to do whatever they want to do. So I feel like as people, we've gotten so comfortable with, I don't want to be involved in politics. Well, if you don't want to be involved in politics, you're honestly a punk. That's just is what it is. Like, you would rather let somebody else run and control your life. You'd rather let a bully run your life and not say anything about it because you're scared of the fact that it might influence or stop your life from being better. Like, bro, your life isn't good now. We have to work every day for water and air and electricity. We have to work for that stuff. You know that it's possible to have free energy for everybody. This stuff was invented a long time ago, and they have suppressed that knowledge and that technology in order to charge us for it. There's been a lot of inventions that have taken us away from coal, and all of those inventions were suppressed because they want to make sure that these oil barons and their lineage have money. Got disconnected again, y'all. You know what that means when you're getting disconnected? It means something shouldn't be said. So all I'm saying is you guys need to be aware of the power that you have. Be aware of the influence that you can have in the community and the people that interact with you. And don't be scared to be a thorn in the side of people who don't love you, don't invest in you or your dreams. Your dreams are important. It may not be important to your family or your friends, but somebody else, like maybe me, you never know who it is going to be inspired by that. You know, it's not everybody who thinks Nikola Tesla is great, but there's some people who are absolute nerds about Nikola Tesla. You know, Marcus Garvey isn't everybody's cup of tea, but there's some people who are like, oh my God, Marcus Garvey is the way, the truth, and the light. You know? So allow yourself to be weird. Allow yourself to be odd. You know, I love the fact that I am weird. I love the fact that I'm odd because it lets me know I haven't tried so hard to be like everybody else. It lets me know that I am going to be okay if somebody doesn't like me because I've never had a lot of people like me. I've never had a lot of friends. I've never been a really popular guy. You know, there was times where I felt like I had a lot of friends, but I feel like over time it sort of exposed itself that those weren't really friends. Those are people who were just riding the wave. And so when that happens, it lets you understand where you stand in life. And I say all that to say, be yourself authentically. Be a nerd, be a dork, a dweeb, a weirdo, a creep, a cretin, whatever you want to call it. And do it with all the vigor that you have because somebody like me is watching and rooting. I'm rooting for you. Whatever you're doing, I'm rooting for you, Gabe. I'm rooting for you to be yourself and to be happy. Because eventually you're going to be unhappy if you're trying to reach out to people who never really cared. Okay? So as long as you're reaching out to yourself, reaching out to your inner child and making that kid from 10, 15 years ago proud, 20 years ago, as long as that kid is proud of you, as long as you can look back on all your decisions and say, hey, if I was 5 years old and I saw somebody doing what I'm doing, would I be proud? And say, heck yeah. Like, I feel like if I saw myself at 5 years old, I would be like, this is the guy I want to be. You know? Did I think I would be like this? Not necessarily. I think we all imagine ourselves having a lot more money and being a lot more prosperous. But I feel like where I'm at is a pretty good point. So I'm just letting you guys know. Hey, how you doing, man? Oh, you gotta get over here? Just letting you guys know that regardless of your situation, your circumstance, it's okay to be a little different, a little odd. And I feel like since we are in October, I feel like there's no better time than now to be weird. Try it out. Every day, try to do something a little bit weird, a little bit odd. Every day, try to say, how can I do something that's going to push my boundaries for what is normal? And how am I, whatever it is, don't do it just to be weird. Do it because that's what you want to do. It's because it's what you like. And when you do that, you'll find that you're more and more inspired by yourself, you know? And then you'll find more. So I'm wrapping it up here. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you, Gabe, for being here. Thank you, everybody who's on here. Thank you to whoever sees this in the future. My kids see this in the future. Hope you guys know that it's okay to be odd and weird. And I'm proud of you for doing it. I'm proud of all you guys for just pushing the boundaries, man. Don't allow yourself to be scared. Allow yourself to be free. Live freely. Okay? Y'all be safe. I love you guys. I love you guys for being yourself, being authentic to yourself, and not trying to be what the world wants you to be. Just be yourself, man. All right. See you guys later. And I'll make sure I'm on here more frequently. This is Freaky October. Do things freakily. All right. I'll take it easy.